bad you are for that. Because they're going to train people now to come attack our portal.
We are aware of that. And this, if they attack our border, or is not a new thing.
No, I mean our portal.
Okay, you mean, okay, I thought you said border. Okay, you mean our portal. Nobody will attack our portal. I'm assuring you that nobody will attack our portal. The only thing is that they will block it, that you will not access it from the zoo, which is normal. We don't care. Actually, it is people can access it through the VPN and all that. So we are setting up that particular possibility to bypass with the VPN. You know, in a cryptocurrency, sometimes they don't allow the VPN. So we are working on that to make that bypass possible. Apart from that, nobody will attack this. And let me tell you that we have gone far with innovation, especially within this government. One is that the Biafra Security Administration website is built and controlled by Biafra. And if you go to the entire Africa, I don't think any country today have more secured and a security featured ID card like the Biafra government in exile. Even from exile, we have a facial recognition, Gmail verification, integrated platform into the website. So who can beat that? From exile, we are not yet controlling a sovereign state, but from exile, we already have a security featured ID card to make sure there is no fraud. So that fraud has been eliminated. You can never duplicate that Biafra ID card. You can never get two ID cards with a separate name, with two different names, because the Gmail verification will not approve you. To identify you immediately that you have applied before. That have eliminated anything forgery from our ID card, and we are going to use it to enter our passport, issuing a passport. In Nigeria today, anybody can have passport, both terrorists from anywhere, just when you have your money. But in Biafra government in exile, we have eliminated it even from ID card. So the portal can never be attacked. That's the promise we are giving to Biafra people. And again, our satellite TV, satellite radio, and then also our social media app, which I have not even mentioned. That one is coming. You are going to have a free communication, just like you are using in WhatsApp. You know, I've been saying this thing for a very long time. It is costing us a lot of money. It is going to come very, very soon. You will have that channel where you will talk freely, and everything is on our own dedicated server, our own customized server, where nobody else, we build it by ourselves. So we have everything installed in code. So nobody have access to it. Nobody can interfere in what we're doing. And the broadcast, every broadcast will be coming from there. We are coming with the shocker. You know, they say if you allow Biafra to go, they will become China, they will become Japan. We are already showing that we are more than that. And Biafra is not just about a mind. You know, some people tell you Biafra is, we are making it a reality. I told Onyemdu, if you do not have anything on the table, I will bring it to the table. I told Onyemdu, if this Biafra you people are fighting is not real, I am going to make it real. I said, if the people I see with you are not fighting, I will drag everybody to Biafra. And believe me, I will go to any length to make it happen. And this year will be the beginning. For the very first time after 1967, that Biafra will be redeclared, restored here from diaspora, and we are carrying this Biafra to Biafra land after defense of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
To conquer the airspace, the airwave of Biafra, as being confessed by the Janjaweed terrorist army chief. We are now taking it to the global level, to the global stage. The global stage in the sense that the US Congress, United Nations, European Union level, that is our next target. And that's exactly what we are doing. We've already started that. Not that alone, we have also moving straight to getting recognition from many countries. That particular recognition is already on the pipeline. And we are expected to get at least 5 recognition before the declaration of Biafra, coming later this year, November, December. And I want everybody to understand that what we are doing today is something that God has ordained. No spirit, no man will stop Biafra from becoming an independent state this year. I want you to understand that this independent state is not going to happen just a one-time declaration. What we are going to do is the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra. And then after that, we start the process of defending it. The defense of this Biafra nation is not going to happen in one day. It may not happen in 3 months. It may not even happen in 1 year. It may not even happen in 2 years. But the process will begin immediately the pronouncement of the declaration of the restoration of Biafra here in Finland, as will be also consented by many delegates coming from all over the world, including some of you from Austria. This particular roadmap and template we have followed, and this has worked for the Biafra government so far. I just want to take your mind a little bit back, how we started, where we are today. Today, we have been able to establish many liaison offices across the world, including in Austria. And we expect that these liaison officers and representatives of the Biafra Republic government in exile will increase as we forge ahead and get closer to the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra this year. Everything we are doing today is only going to work for Biafra and not anybody else. We are not going to follow the path previous people or previous agitators has followed. We are also not going to follow the path that many other nations has followed that work for them. We have identified the roadmap that will work for Biafra, only for Biafra, considering the fact that Nigeria is a very, very dangerous and corrupt state with the complicity and a very dangerous diversity that have made everybody that dare to speak for the people a scapegoat and a target for assassination. We have been able to defeat the fear by embarking on numerous civil disobedience since the kidnap of Mazen Mbikanu from Kenya. This particular civil disobedience that the Biafra government continued to push in Biafra territory has further shown and confirmed the delegitimization of Nigeria within Biafra land. Today, we are proving to the world, when the time comes, the evidences are there, that Biafra people have lost confidence in anything Nigeria. That Biafra people have chosen only the Biafra Republic government in exile as the only legitimate government that speak for them and fight for their interests. Any negotiation in any level and anywhere that Biafra government is not involved can never stand. You can't negotiate one-sided and expect peace to reign. The only thing that we lay a very good background for lasting peace, if there should be peace at all, must involve the Biafra Republic government in exile on the table. And that only path to peace is considering the fact that Biafra Republic government in exile has organized the ongoing self-referendum. Ratification of this result will go a very long way in restoring peace and order for the good of those who may have business interests in Biafra territory. Ignoring the Biafra Republic government in exile democratic process will backfire. As it stands today, we are not just fighting for freedom, we are also fighting to preserve our life, our culture, and the right to live. It is no longer about just independence. No, we are now fighting for survival. We are facing extinction annihilation, ethnic cleansing, genocide, sponsored by the Nigerian government, and being orchestrated and powered by the Nigeria terrorist army. Today, we have seen videos circulating on social media of the army having a badge that we are yet to confirm which country is that. We know that there are many mercenaries that have hired in the past. Most of those mercenaries were neutralized in Biafra territory as they come to kill our people. But today, the video that I have seen, which I am still investigating, shows there is a badge that looks like Hamas Palestinian badge, but I believe it may not be a Hamas badge. I believe it's one of those African neighboring countries. So it has come to the fact that a war has been brought to our doorstep. And those who will think that they are not going to support this Biafra today to defend our land against these invaders and murderers, you may be the next victim. It is the responsibility of every one of you, anywhere you are in the world today, to know that the only hope you have remains the Biafra Republic government in exile. And every other thing that comes with it, every other person that parade or group that parade themselves are free to do so, but must not interfere in the process that we have laid and the process we put on ground to see the restoration of independent state of Biafra starting from this year. I want everybody to understand that this struggle we left long time ago, and now liberation, is a process that must be followed diligently, step by step. As we move forward to the global stage to put Biafra on a global discussion, we have also set the principle that is going to guide this step. We've also made sure that many contact has been established for the speed up of the recognition of Biafra government. And this process is ongoing. Not limited to using lobbyists, not limited to using international consultancy firm, not limited to using whatever mechanism and measures necessary and available to us to see the recognition of Biafra government in the few coming months. People of Biafra in Austria, you have been a very big part and very big player of what you see today, the success we've recorded today in the exile government. I remember when this whole thing started, it was as if the whole world have ended on the side of the Biafra people. We saw how the Nigeria government bragged while they blindfolded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja, and every one of them were bragging and giving statement how Biafra hope has ended. They bragged that IPOB will no longer exist because there is something they know that many of you do not know. And that was the exposition that the so-called Chike Dozie made the other day. They said they have handed over the Eastern Security Network to governors and they are paying them. It is not a surprise because this is what we know. And there are many reasons. The decision we've taken today come with many, many reasons. The decision we took to make sure nobody will talk about Eastern Security Network again is something that is deeper than many of you can ever imagine. I remember when the Chief of Staff was sharing a message, a directive from me, that nobody should mention from today, that time, Eastern Security Network, or what we have now is Biafra Liberation Army. Many of these criminals use it to do propaganda. They say, you see it, they thought they have destroyed IPOB. Now, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up, they want to destroy it. These are the people who, for the past 3 years, never talked anything about Eastern Security Network because they believe they succeeded in selling these young men to the governors in return for monetary compensation. And they never mentioned them. From year 1, year 2, everything was gone. All they did was to continue to expose the locations and camps of those they believe they knew who have turned against them when they know that these people have sold out. They did everything to, blackmail them and expose their location for them to be slaughtered like they slaughtered many people. They did not succeed. After 2.5 years, they came back again to tell you that is Eastern Security Network. Before then, we've already seen what many of you did not see. One, the reason why Eastern Security Network remain banned today is because they have sold out and have given them to the Nigeria government. And for that reason, we will never allow them, that name, to be mentioned until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out. 2 is that for the fact that they are using the Eastern Security Network as a name to commit all manner of crimes and atrocities against our people, against their own colleagues, whom they trained together, died together, took oath together to preserve and defend our land. We see it as a sabotage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because what they do is to use their name to commit crimes in order to put those crimes on the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as somebody who founded, the founder of the Eastern Security Network. 3, because of the current situation of the justice system in Nigeria, where elephants can fly, we decided that anything that has to do with Eastern Security Network should be abolished, to make sure nobody is using, in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created it, to carry out the liberation of Biafra. Today we have done that. And what we have today is what we call the Biafra Liberation Army. So whatever that is going on with the Biafra Liberation Army and the terrorist state police or state-sponsored uniformed men in Biafra land has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you see, the criminals continue to drag Eastern Security Network and IPOB to it. Why we continue to do clarification that the Biafra government has unveiled the Biafra forces, defense forces, which have taken responsibility in making sure that those who come to kill our women and children like the young man usually do will not live to tell the story. Every day, they continue to tell these people to use Eastern Security Network. After 3 years, they came and gathered boys to snap pictures and snap videos and start sharing it on social media. And nobody was asking them. In 2021, when they say everybody should return their guns and their then gun, why did they do so? In 2022, none of these people talked about Eastern Security Network. In 2023, none of them talked about Eastern Security Network. What were they doing? Because it never existed. They thought they have sold everything, and those who know what was going on from the beginning immediately turned to autopilot. And they begin to expose them. They say, oh, say Hutokwa, ESN don't have camp there. Kigwe, ESN don't have, where they begin to point camps where the original Eastern Security Network has turned their back on them. Today, they did not succeed. We have fortified men with modern, sophisticated weapons to fight, and they have metamorphosed to Biafra Liberation Army. And by next October, November, December, it is no longer going to be just Liberation Army. They will become the full-fledged Biafra Army. And that's where we are going. But before then, wonders will happen in Nigeria. We are not backing down. And if you listen to the national anthem of Biafra, there is a lot of deep message from the national anthem you just listened to. And like I said, this gun that we are picking up to defend our land can never ever go down until Biafra is defended and become an independent state. I want everybody to understand that we are not just living in the present, we are living in the future. While others were castigating waiting for Biafra to fall. We planned ahead of them. Today, we have secured our land, others are being butchered. But during this time, the criminals that was piloting the affair of Biafra before was busy castigating every step we made. I want you to ask yourself today, especially those of you in Austria, if we follow the path that you have followed, where are we going to be today? What will be the fate of the people you left behind back home? What will be the fate of your communities? Considering the killings, ethnic cleansing, jihadist movement happening across Nigeria, you think that Biafra land would have been an exception? The answer is no. But as I'm speaking to you today, the cloud is gathering in Biafra land. The terrorist has come, and they are waiting for every opportunity to discredit what we are doing by attacking a certain community. And we are watching them. Because the next thing now is that you will see that this community has been attacked and people are butchered. They will say, oh, where is the Biafra Liberation Army? I thought you would say you have army. Believe me, before you make any move against this Biafra, we know. And when we let it happen, we let it happen for a purpose. And we're waiting for that propaganda to start. But before then, you will receive message from us, a very, very sound message, which is coming. I want everybody to understand why we are not sleeping. The way enemy is not sleeping, they are not sleeping, is the same way we are not sleeping. I no longer sleep. And I will not sleep so long as God continue to give me the strength to continue to stay awake. To make sure that every step enemy is taking, we are taking times 100 ahead of them, waiting for them to make a move. So there is no sleep in our eyes these days. I want you to understand as we're not sleeping, they are also not sleeping. I welcome all of you. Thank you for inviting me to Austria. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, the unveiling of our currency and the unveiling of our digital satellites and radio and all these other things. Do you think the speed is not too much?
Well, anybody that is talking about speed with me is making a mistake, because there is no speed that I run today that is too much. We have been fighting this Biafra since 1967. So it is not when we started, it is not when IPOB started, it is not when Mossab started, it is not when BZM or whatever started, it is not when they started. We started since 1967. And the struggle continued after that. So when you look at it, you find out that it is over 50 years. The killing that led to the declaration of Biafra did not stop. In fact, after the declaration of no vanquish, no victor, no vanquish, which was a scam, the killings systematically increased. It is not only about the killing now, the political disenfranchisement, marginalization, ethnic cleansing, and what have you. Then it was in the north. Now it is no longer in the north. They have brought it back to our own land. The killing is now happening in our own land. What led to the declaration of Biafra was the pogrom against Biafra people in the north. Basically, it didn't happen in Biafra soil, right? But it happened in the northern part of Nigeria. Today, it is not just in the northern part, but it is happening in our own land. So that is to show you how advanced the whole thing has been from that time till now. That these people are coming with weapons, with machete, to kill our people, chop up their head, destroy their intestine and all that in our own face, right before us. So there is a need for something to be done as fast as possible. And if you think that I'm running over speed, this is not even over speed, because believe me, if Biafra have responded the way they responded during Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Oyendu, by now, not you will be, I don't know where, I believe me, by now everybody will be there will be an exodus. I am telling you the fact. If we had the resources that they had when they were paying $80,000 every month to some stupid scammers in the United States who call themselves lobbyists, if we have it now, that particular resources now, believe me, in the next 5 months, there will be an exodus of Biafrans from Europe, from America. I am telling you the fact. If we have the resources that they had when they were paying $60,000 to Allen White every month, in the next 5 months, there will be an exodus of Biafrans. Believe me. So when you see what is happening now with the limited resources we have, a lot of people see it as speed. How can you compare what is happening now to over 50 years of subjugation, where many groups have come to shout Biafra only to get themselves enriched, where many people have come to shout Biafra only to become kingmakers and abandon Biafra? When they do that, they become kingmakers, they become part of the decision makers, they begin to choose those who will win election in Biafra land and those who will not win election in Biafra land. And they continue to say Biafra, Biafra. Some of them even have people they give uniform and they are guiding them. They still say they are fighting for Biafra. So in these years that Biafra people have seen hell in Nigeria, nothing. There is nothing, absolutely nothing to show for it. There is no roadmap. You know, some people carry fire. They were running up and down. They say, where is your roadmap? What is your roadmap? What is your, you know, can they now come now and ask me, where is my roadmap? Can they now come and ask Biafra government?
You know, some people carry fire.
Yeah, so can they now come and ask Biafra government, where is your roadmap? The point is that, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, he prayed to God in Israel. Please, somebody is making noise. And God told him that when the time comes, he will send men. So it is something that is very, very deep. And when this time comes, the speed you see now, it should have been more faster. But because Nigeria, with the agent within IPOB, did a lot of damage unexpectedly. Like nobody envisioned what happened. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw it coming. So after when that thing happened, the Nigerian government believed that now it is the end. Everybody saw how they bragged. They were even giving press statement in Hausa language so that we will not understand what was said. It happened. The heaven did not fall. Malami gave a press statement when something that has to do with the entire people who call themselves Nigeria.
That's correct.
And the people were addressed in Hausa. Do you understand Hausa language? How many people understand Hausa? You know, so this is a pure celebration of the end of Biafra to us. But you know, God said, when the time comes, I will send men. And when he was captured, that was that time that God told him, the time is now that I have raised men to come. Immediately he was captured, God raised men. All of you here are part of those people and those men that God raised. Because without you, there is nothing, this speed you are talking about will not be there. So God have used each and every one of you. Even if you have put 1 naira, you are part of this movement. You are part of this speed you are talking about. So, my brother, this speed is not enough. It is not what I wanted to be more. I want this speed to be a rocket. And we are still getting there. Because let me tell you, you know how the agent, you know, they like blackmail, they like propaganda. We don't do propaganda. Our own is practical. And one thing is this. In a freedom fighting like this, there are certain things we are making public. The reason why we make this in public is so our people who their brain has been damaged because of the system, corrupt system, and the complicity of Nigeria will start to think. Otherwise, we're not supposed to be shouting on social media. Sometimes there are some certain things we do, and the reason we do it is to tell the people that something is happening. And without that, they will not show up. Because we understand the mentality that Nigeria have inflicted on our people. So you need to prove beyond reasonable doubt as a criminal case for your people to actually know that you are indeed really wanting to liberate them. So we go and do something what we shouldn't have been doing on social media. Because when you look at other people fighting for freedom, you see the unification of the people, you see the unity in them, you see that everybody wants freedom, even when you are not doing it the way they want. But for the fact that you are shouting there is a freedom unit, everybody will join you. But in our own, no, not like that. The people who claim to be fighting for the freedom will tell you that instead you get this freedom, let everybody die. That is to show you that people who have been shouting this freedom were not actually fighting for freedom. It is the same thing every other person have done in the past. Anybody that wants freedom, you don't need to go and start telling the person that is going to get it or saying he's going to get the freedom. Instead, he will get the freedom, let everybody die. It means you never fought for freedom from the beginning. It means that all the thing you were doing was not actually for freedom. And somebody told me in confidence that they have observed the freedom, the agitation for the Biafra freedom, and every other thing that was happening was just a political pressure group, which I have consistently said on social media, that these people are political pressure group. And that was why I gave them the name IPOB Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was caught in the cobweb of these people. They used him, they used his position very, very well for their own benefit. Many of them used him to get connection to the governors. Many of them used him to get connection to the commissioners. Many of them used him to expand their criminality within Biafra territory. This is what is happening. And he knew, but the way out was a problem. There is a place there is a way you find yourself in the midst of problem, you want to play along until God will do magic. That was actually what happened. Because he cannot have these people and still be looking for 100 men. He was not hidden. But how will it happen? He doesn't know. And for the fact that he has made a lot of I am telling you because this is somebody I have had meeting one-on-one several times where none of these people were part of this meeting. And I know what we discussed before we meet the people we're meeting. So, there is this, when you lose a lot of things in what you are doing, instead of losing everything, you will want to hang on there and wait for the right time to come when God will intervene and things will take its shape. That actually will happen. Unfortunately, he got kidnapped. And when I was making exposition, I told Biafrans, there are people who betrayed him on afterthought. Afterthought, betrayal.
Yes.
It does not necessarily mean that they were part of the planning to kidnap him in Kenya. But after the kidnap, they took the advantage. It becomes afterthought. Based on the event that was unfolding, based on some certain decisions or directive he gave, they become a violence against him. So they took the turn and joined those who actually participated in planning the kidnap. So there are different categories of betrayal in this one. So we need this speed you talked about in order to cover over 50 years since 1999, after the 1970, we suffered till 1999 when Wazirike started, and there was nothing to show for it. So we need to cover those things that they did not do. which we are doing now. The structure of government, you cannot be fighting for freedom and you have people who don't know what to do, who don't know how to represent you in international level, who are not presentable, who does not meet any requirement criteria of a state manhood. That there is not just 0.1 person in this whole IPOB that parade themselves at the leadership. Which one person will go and say, I am representing you, and he will be regarded as a statesman? Just mention one person. That is none. And these are the things that decision makers in international community look at. Is it the people that are going to control the nation? Nobody is going to listen to you. And that's why because they know that they were not actually fighting for Biafra. I am saying this thing now in details. I may even say it more when our satellites will be on air. Because they thought that we are not broadcasting again and all that. But I don't know that we are still coming. We will come with it to quake. The broadcast that is coming now is going to hit the zoo like earthquake, because everything is set, every structure is set, everything from the de facto to the Biafra government in exile to the defense forces to the Biafra Justice Ministry to the next we are hitting on air now is the aviation ministry, the Biafra aviation. I am telling you, you don't know what is coming. We will scatter this whole thing and build it again, and we are going to become one of the best countries, especially the civilization will begin from Biafra in Africa. I am telling you the fact. So everybody should just watch. There is nothing we do today that is over speed. It is something that needed to have been done since many years when this whole thing started, and nobody did it. So we want to take our time. So when you see this speed going, we are taking time to do it. Believe me, we are taking time. When you see it happening now, it has been a very long time from the beginning coming. So we're just putting those things together, those things together. And now that we have finished with the structure of the government, what you are going to be seeing in the next few coming weeks or months is the lobbies of the Biafra government in exile. We are going to see Biafra being discussed at the Congress. We are going to see the recognition of Biafra government. Those things that people were asking, where is the lobbies? You are going to see it now. Because when you have people to lobby for you, you have something they are lobbying about. Not just because you are an agitator. Okay? You don't just lobby for agitate because you're agitating for freedom, go out somebody to lobby for you. It doesn't work like that. You need to have something in place that will convince the people you are going to lobby. You are going to the office to lobby for the recognition of your government. If we are still doing IPOB, for example, and we're going to go and lobby, what are we lobbying for? What are we lobbying for? What you are going to lobby for is to present yourself as a government, as the only legitimate government whom the Biafra people has given their allegiance to, and the only recognized government by the same Biafra people that will speak on their behalf. So the government that you are lobbying to must have that particular understanding that you are not standing to speak for the Biafra people. Nigeria have lost the legitimacy through the actions and the inactions of the Biafra people from the civil disobedience and what have you. So that evidence are there. So these are the things you put in place. When we are shouting, sit at home must continue. They will say, what have you gained? This is what we gain. This is one of them. The legitimization of the people that are representing Nigeria with the Biafra land. They have lost that particular trust in the people. They have threatened them. If you don't go to work, they will sack you. Nobody listened. They have said, if you don't open shop, you're going to lock it. Nobody listened. They understand it. But you know what? They lied. They say, you are destroying the economy. They know you are not destroying the economy, but they are fighting to save their asses. And we stick well because we know what we are doing. But many of these criminals do not understand it. They are now fighting for Nigeria. They tell you, sit at home, you're destroying everywhere. Sit at home is better than throwing bombs. And if we come to the point of throwing that bombs, we're going to throw it. But yet, not this time. We want to fight a very systematic war, not like before. And that systematic war is what we are using to defeat them. They will continue to cry, and we will continue to move mountain in the international community And the next thing you are going to be seeing before this November-December declaration, you are going to see that many people, many countries will recognize Biafra as independent. Just watch, mark my word today. You are going to be seeing recognition because we have moved towards that direction. And it is a diplomatic war that we're fighting to make other nations recognize Biafra. And already many countries are on the pipeline. You're going to see it happen before November, December. Thank you.
Yeah, quickly for the final one. You know, since last month, you unveiled the currency. Nigerian terrorist country, they are let loose. They are running helter-skelter, even in the National Assembly. Now, I don't know how prepared, because they're going to attack our portal. I don't know how prepared you are for that, because they're going to train people now to come attack our portal.
We are aware of that, and if they attack our border, or it's not a new thing.
No, I mean our portal.
Okay, you mean okay? I thought you said border. Okay, you mean our portal? Nobody will attack our portal. I'm assuring you that nobody will attack our portal. The only thing is that they will block it, that you will not access it from the zoo, which is normal. We don't care. Actually, it is people can access it through the VPN and all that. So we are setting up that particular possibility to bypass with the VPN. You know, in a cryptocurrency, sometimes they don't allow the VPN. So we are working on that to make that bypass possible. Apart from that, nobody will attack this. And let me tell you that we have gone far with innovation, especially within this government. One is that the Biafra Security Administration website is built and controlled by Biafra. And if you go to the entire Africa, I don't think any country today have more secured and a security featured ID card like the Biafra government in exile. Even from exile, we have a facial recognition, Gmail verification, integrated platform into the website. So who can beat that? From exile, we are not yet controlling a sovereign state, but from exile, we already have a security featured ID card to make sure there is no fraud. So that fraud has been eliminated. You can never duplicate that Biafra ID card. You can never get two ID cards with a separate name, with two different names, because the Gmail verification will not approve you to identify you immediately that you have applied before. That have eliminated anything forgery from our ID card, and we are going to use it to enter our passport, issuing a passport. In Nigeria today, anybody can have passport, both terrorists from anywhere, just when you have your money. But in Biafra government in exile, we have eliminated it even from ID card. So the portal can never be attacked. That's the promise we are giving to Biafra people. And again, our satellite TV, satellite radio, and then also our social media app, which I have not even mentioned. That one is coming. You are going to have a free communication, just like you are using in WhatsApp. You know, I've been saying this thing for a very long time. It is costing us a lot of money. It is going to come very, very soon. You will have that channel where you will talk freely, and everything is on our own dedicated server, our own customized server, where nobody else will build it by ourselves. So we have everything installed in code. So nobody have access to it. Nobody can interfere in what we're doing. And the broadcast, every broadcast will be coming from there. We are coming with the shocker. You know, they say if you allow Biafra to go, they will become China, they will become Japan. We are already showing that we are more than that. And Biafra is not just about a mind. You know, some people tell you Biafra is, we are making it a reality. I told Onyendu, if you do not have anything on the table, I will bring it to the table. I told Onyendu, if this Biafra you people are fighting is not real, I am going to make it real. I said, if the people I see with you are not fighting, I will drag everybody to Biafra. And believe me, I will go to any length to make it happen. And this year will be the beginning. For the very first time after 1967, that Biafra will be redeclared, restored here from diaspora, and we are carrying this Biafra to Biafra land after defense of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. mercy on we Biafrans. Lord, give us a freedom. Have mercy on we Biafrans and give us a freedom. Oh Lord, have mercy on we Biafrans and give us a freedom. Father, we need our leader. Prophet Mazinam Yokuchukukano. We need our leader. Mazinam Yokuchukukano. We need our leader. Mazinam Yokuchukukano. Yeah, man.
Go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.